So how's it performing for you? Where are you at now? Where let's talk some numbers.
Last time I checked it, I think I was up like 64% in just over 4 months.
That's a killer return, man, and that beats the hell out of the market. So what made you dig a little deeper then?
The testimonials, they just seem so real. Like I said, they just felt real. And like this one guy is talking about paying off his car. Another guy's saving up for a trip to, I think it was Japan. It's not a bunch of fantasies about people buying yachts. It's real people just trying to get ahead.
Tell me, how did your first few days go?
Well, I'd love to say that, it was totally smooth and everything just went perfectly. But no, for the first few days, I was so anxious.
Hey there, I'm David, founder here at EA Automatic. Great to see you today. Thanks for coming on. Real quick, who am I talking to?
Hey, David, this is Tony. I'm really glad to be here. Thanks for having me. I work at a logistics warehouse, and is that you want me to introduce myself?
Yeah, that'd be great. Please tell me all about yourself. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you're into.
Yeah, so my name's Tony, and I work at a logistics warehouse. Logistics like shipping and receiving and inventory management and all that. So that's what I do, and been doing it for a while, a long time, like about 8 years now. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, sorry. That's most of it, inventory stuff, warehouse
So
stuff.
8 years, huh? That's a pretty solid tenure. That's a while to be with the company. And so how are things going?
I mean, I don't know. It's work is work. It's good. It's good. I've been there quite a long time, so it pays the bills, and it's a good job. I certainly don't talk down about it, but it's, I don't know how to put this. Sometimes I feel like I've been there obviously too long, and you get into a rut at work, and everything becomes routine and repetitive, and you get good at things, and then you kind of master it, and you just start feeling like that. I don't know. It kind of feels like you feel like you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life once you get super comfortable with it. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to wake up one day and be 60 years old and be like, I'm still scanning barcodes. And so it's good, but it's kind of repetitive, for lack of a better term.
Gotcha. I hear you. So when did that feeling of long-term doom really hit you?
Well, actually, I think it was about 6 months ago. My buddy Carlos, who we got hired at the same time, and a great friend of mine, great colleague, love working with him. And we kind of rose up the ranks at the same time in a semi-equal capacity. I started in the warehouse, and then I moved to the office a few years later, and he followed shortly. And so over the years, we've kind of rose up through the ranks at the same time. And then he got a promotion about 6 months ago, and I was like, I was really happy for him, but I was wondering, when, like, where's my promotion? Because I do as good of a job, if not, I think a little bit better at what we do. And so I love the guy. He's great. But that felt, that was one of the key moments where I started feeling like it was time for something else,
Got it, man. Yeah, that's you got to feel a little rejection there. That must sting a little bit. I got you.
Yes, it does. It was. I mean, once the sting kind of subsided, it started to become a little bit more of a wake up call, and I just realized that if there was gonna be some sort of change, I was gonna have to initiate it myself rather than waiting for someone else to change my life, because that's kind of how it had gone up until this point or that point. And that was one of the realizations I had, is that it was that if I was going to do something about it, I was going to have to do it myself rather than waiting for someone else to do it.
Yeah, man. I got you. So is that what sparked your interest in trading? Was that the deal?
Well, sort of. Yeah, this is good because I was on TikTok one night, late night, you know, uh, scrolling through stuff. My girlfriend was, she's always on me about being on my phone all the time, and you know, and then this video pops up, and it's some dude talking about passive income while he's at the beach, and at first I rolled my eyes and was like, oh, whatever. This is like one of those videos you see of a guy in his garage
Yeah,
showing off
man.
his Lamborghini.
Yeah, man. The classic beach video, right?
Yeah. But this was the interesting thing about this guy, was that he wasn't, flexing Lambos or showing off stacks of cash. He's just a normal guy, and he's wearing a regular T-shirt, just talking about how it wasn't like a get rich quick thing. He wasn't talking about making. He was only talking about making like a few $100 while also working his day job. And so that I was like, it was revelatory for me, because I was like, this actually makes sense. And it's not pie in the sky, kind of head in the clouds, get rich quick stuff. And that's what kept me watching. And I was like, oh, this actually sounds realistic.
Exactly, man. So, what made you think it was legit? What was the key point?
Well, I went full detective on this. I was like scrolling through all his other videos, and because I was skeptical, because I've seen a lot of that stuff before. We all have, especially nowadays with the TikTok stuff and all this extra content out there. I was, looking at his other videos, checking the comments, looking for any red flags I could find. And, usually it's like, oh, you can make $10,000 in 10 days and all that nonsense. And this guy was showing me losses. I was really taken aback by that, because usually they don't show you the reality of it. They just show you the good parts, how you can make a bunch of money really quick. And it hooks people in. And the thing that actually hooked me in for this was that this was realistic, and he was showing me losses, which kind of legitimized it for me, because it showed that it could be a real thing,
Exactly, man. That's exactly it. So glad you did your research. Super smart approach. How did you find EA Automatic specifically?
Oh, I was searching. I was searching on YouTube. I was searching, I think it was automated trading for something like that, for hours. And, my eyes are burning from staring at the screen. And then your channel comes up. And the first thing I noticed, because I had seen that, was no, there weren't any flashy cars or like mansion photos. And it was just honest videos.
Gotcha.
Real, what seemed like, and does seem like, real people with real stories.
Exactly. So what made you dig a little deeper then?
The testimonials,
Okay.
they just seem so real. Like I said, they just felt real. And like this one guy is talking about paying off his car. Another guy's saving up for a trip to, I think it was Japan. And so it's not a bunch of fantasies about people buying yachts. It's real people just trying to get ahead.
Yeah, man. That's exactly it. I love it. So what was your first step to get the trial?
Honestly, the amount. It was like, well, it was like, so I'm sorry, let me back up. I was sitting there at like midnight, just reading everything on your site, and then I messaged you guys, and it was really easy. That the team set me up, and it was pretty fast and very professional. So that was
Gotcha. So what convinced you to start the trial then?
Oh yeah, that well, among that other stuff, the videos, the testimonials, all that, it was the amount because it was like $500 and to start to get set up. Um, so I mean, it's not nothing for me, but it's not gonna it wasn't gonna ruin my life if like it turned out to be a scam or something. So it was a little bit of a risk as far as the investment, but it but I mean I waste more money doing DoorDash and buying stuff on Amazon or that much. So I figured it would be so much more valuable to put that into something that I felt actually had potential for earning rather than, take out food or like some, some more vinyl records that I know I don't need, but I just want.
Yeah, man. Fair point. Fair point. Like the addiction to DoorDash can be real, man.
Yeah,
So
it's so,
so so tell me, how did your first few days go?
oh God. Well, I'd love to say that, it was totally smooth and everything just went perfectly, but no, for the first few days, I was so anxious. I was like constantly refreshing the app and taking screenshots of every trade and texting my girlfriend like, "Hey, check it out!" Like all the updates and the updates she totally did not care about. And she's like, "Tony, you're being weird about this phone thing again." Um,
Yeah.
so I felt anxious. Yeah, the first few days, but it was like I was excited too because I felt like I was doing something of value.
Those are all normal feelings. That's a common thing I get is that people, when they're first on, they are checking all the time. But then as they realize that the app is working and it's doing its job, they're able to chill out and relax and just check in a couple times here and there. So that's normal, man. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I felt like a maniac. Just it took about I'd say a week
Uh-huh.
before I started to kind of relax and realize that there was probably going to be some up and down movement, but that it was just doing its thing and you know, like small wins occasionally and small losses, nothing super dramatic. But yeah, it took me about a week. I'm glad you said that because I thought I was kind of one of
No,
the only.
you're not the only one, my guy. So how's it been performing for you? Where are you at now? Where let's talk some numbers.
uh, yeah. I mean, I'm up like, I think last time I checked it, I think I was up like 64% in
Yeah,
in just over 4 months.
that is
So,
that's a killer return, man. And
yeah.
that beats the hell out of the market. So but did you have any scary moments in there?
Oh yeah. I mean, sure. Uh, there was one day, I think it was a Friday. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was a Friday where I lost like 3 trades in a row, and I'm watching my balance drop, and I'm like, oh no, shit. I knew this was too good to be true, and so yeah, I had a like. There was only one. That was the only time though that I actually like panicked. The other times it was less extreme, and so I didn't. I was worried, but there was one time where I was just like, oh no, this is bad, and but it didn't really last long.
Well, what'd you do? What happened?
Uh, well, nothing. I mean, I'm like, I mean, I was nothing actually happened, but I was, sweating bullets and kicking myself and being like, why'd you do this? You're you idiot. Uh, but I remembered eventually, I remembered what I read about the drawdowns being normal, and so I just, closed the app, went for a walk, and came back on Monday and it's back in the green. So yeah, my worries were unfounded, and I'm really glad because there's also some of those other, apps that like I didn't use still even after you're investing and things are going one way or another, you don't. It's hard to know if it's legit or not. It takes time to build the trust in the whatever app you're using. And so I think that's normal. In hindsight, I'm realizing that it seems like a normal thing, and validating that is good. It might take a little bit for me to get used to it, because I haven't really invested much, so.
No worries, no worries. That's all part of it. I'm glad that you got that bit of self control and you've learned to just trust the app and just let it ride. So what are your plans for your future gains, my guy? What are you going to do with this money you're making?
Oh, well, quite a bit. I mean, my girlfriend and I have been talking about getting our own place. We got roommates, and how roommates are roommates. And so, uh, yeah, so we want our own space, and we want like a kitchen and a little balcony, and, grill burgers and sit out on summer nights and stuff. So I deposit more. And as I deposit more, as I've deposited more, then we're getting to the point where we can actually put down a security deposit and first month's rent for our own place, in like, I'd say by Christmas, we'll be there. So
Awesome.
really looking forward to that. It's a huge step in the right. It's a small step in the right direction, but it's a lot of small steps in the right direction. So eventually it's gonna, once we sign that paperwork, it's gonna feel so good, and I just feel like it's gonna be a huge step once I collect all those small steps.
Gotcha. Well, that sounds ideal, man. And congratulations, and I'm glad EA Automatic could help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. So
yeah, it's been absolutely great.
Great. So here, another quick question for you. If someone in your situation, if they asked you about this, what would you tell them? Do you have any advice?
Oh, good question. Well, I mean, I'm not an expert on it necessarily, but having used it, I would say, don't expect miracles, like overnight. It's not the kind of thing that happens overnight, which I think anybody who is familiar with investing will tell you, unless you're doing really high risk stuff. But if you and I, if you're feeling like you're in a spot where you're stuck and you're tired of whatever you're doing, whether it be your job or your kind of lot in life, and you want to increase your social mobility, or basically make more money so you can increase your social mobility, then obviously I would highly recommend this, because it takes you from that place of just complaining about your position into actually doing something about it for a very minimal investment. And that was the most profound thing for me, was that I just kind of needed a way to get into it. And seeing that video and then doing the research helped me feel so much more confident about taking what feels like kind of a big step because of the investment. Because, like I said, $500 isn't like nothing, but it's also not so much that it should break your bank if you lose it. But that's the good news, is that this is investment. This isn't just gambling. And so, so I would say, that's what I would say, is if you really want to change your space and your kind of position in your life, then, I mean, why not?
Yeah, man.
Do it 100%.
That's why we're here at EA Automatic. Do you have any regrets?
I wish I'd found you guys sooner. Honestly,
A lot, yeah.
Because like I said, I was watching all these YouTube videos about side hustles and that type of stuff, and I just kind of kicked myself once I started doing it and thinking, like, why didn't I do this sooner? I could have been making money this whole time. And so that would be my main, not necessarily regret, because I guess I wish I hadn't have waited so long to do it.
No worries, man. You're here with us now, and that's really what matters, and we're happy to have you. So
Yeah. Hey, well, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to talk about this. And I really appreciate what you guys are doing and, the help that you're giving to people because I feel like 10, 20, 30 years down the road, this is, going to be something that I'll be so glad I did. And so I really just appreciate that you guys are helping out people, normal, regular, blue collar people to get started with this because it can seem intimidating. And I just really appreciate that you guys are doing this. So thank you.
oh, no problem, Tony. It's absolutely our pleasure, and thanks for jumping on with this call with us today. Thanks for being genuine with us. We really appreciate that.
Hey, my pleasure, man. Thank you.
Super cool. Well, have a wonderful rest of your day. Please keep in touch. Let us know how things are going, and look forward to next time.
Sounds great, man. Thanks again. Really appreciate it.
Take care.